Hi friends, how you doing tonight on 19 October? So tonight is a Christian talk, a entirely Christian talk. No, I'm not a preacher, trust me, not even close. But I can talk about Christ every now and then, which I do. So this is going to be a Christian talk, which means I have a lot of friends that are not Christian, different faiths, or believe in nothing. That's fine. This is not for you. You can listen to it if you want, but it's not directed at you. So it's no, if you don't like what's being said, I don't mean to offend anybody, but this is a talk of Christianity. What this is about is something that I see very prevalent. I've touched over this before in the last couple of years, but this is going to be specific of something that I see. There are different friends that I have, or people that I've come across at work or wherever in the last several years that are not Christian. Some of them are not anything. They're atheist or whatever. They don't, or agnostic, which is a lot of them. They don't really have a faith per se. And a lot of reasons they won't become Christianity. And let me tell you something. They have a point here. They have a point. Even though I don't agree with them, they have a point. What they'll say is, I'm not Christian because I see a lot of hypocrisy in people who say they believe in Christ, but then support things that are not Christian. There's a lot of truth in that. A lot. My church, the Catholic Church, Catholic Christian, is going through a turmoil now. There's a segment, okay, of the church. This happened in different non-Catholic Christian churches too. Okay, we've seen that. Where they want to make things much more secular and liberal. Especially in Germany, they're having they want to accept things the church has never accepted, like gay marriage and different stuff like that. And this is not against anybody. Again, I'm not cutting anybody, judging anybody, but that's not what the church, Catholic Church, is about. Christianity in general is not about this. This is all about this talk is for all denominations here. Because there's a lot of things we share in common. Forget the differences in, doctrine and stuff like that. Moral values, as a Christian-based person, I don't care if you're a Baptist, Presbyterian, Catholic, non-denominational, whatever, we share same moral values. We should share moral values. That's what makes Christianity stay the same over the last 2,000 plus years, that it doesn't change. And these people that want to go around changing things just to have the comfort of society do not understand that's not what Christianity is about. Christianity is not subject to society's changes, because society always changes, and it will change again when we're all gone and forgotten, in the next generation, the next century, whatever it is comes, they'll have their views. That's not Christianity, and that's what people in different churches are trying to do. Okay, they did it in the Lutheran, they've done it in different ones that cause division. You can't change the values of Christianity. In the end, those people will fail. They always have. In the end, Christianity has a core set of values. When Jesus came and walked this earth, well over 2,000 years ago now, okay, a lot of people say, well, he was a victim of his time. If he was alive today, he would accept this, that, and the other, and he would... No. Jesus wasn't a victim of anything. The word is transcend through time. Okay? He came in the fullness of time. Meaning the values, the commandments, and the laws that he gave are forever. Societies change. The way things look change. I mean, our cultures change. We're improving our medicine, being able to heal people. Things like that will change. The way the stage will change, so to speak. But the values never change. And that's what some people are trying to do. Because they want to basically just go along with society to please people, to make sure we don't offend anybody and leave anybody out. It's not a question of that. Okay? Just because you say, I don't agree with gay marriage, which I don't, because I'm Catholic. And I know there are some Catholics that actually do. There are some non-Catholic Christians that do, and most people don't as Christianity, because that is not a concept of Jesus Christ. Doesn't mean I hate gays. Doesn't mean we don't want to accept you. It doesn't mean that. I've said this before in conversations. It just means you stick to your guns, the values that Christianity has. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. You don't change. Abortion, oh my goodness gracious. I've had friends, now I don't know any preacher. I've talked to a lot of people that are chaplains who have been in the Army for a long time, a lot of Baptist chaplains. I love talking to Baptist chaplains. And to a person, they agree. Abortion is 100% evil and wrong. Okay? But I've talked to friends who, I don't know what churches they go to, who accept abortion and claim to be Christian. Now, I'm not judging you if you're one of those and you're listening to this. This is not a judgment to anybody. No. You're telling me Jesus Christ, who sat there and said, suffer the children, would sit there and say, oh yeah, you have a right, it's your choice to get rid of them? You trying to tell me that? Okay? There's some Catholics. There's no church, right, wrong, or indifferent, that fights against abortion more than the Catholic Church. And yet there's a segment of people that claim to be Catholics for abortion. There's no such thing. Joe Biden is that. Nancy Pelosi. Joe Biden was always against abortion most of his time in politics, but he's changed. I don't know why. Maybe he's a little demented. He doesn't understand. Maybe he's trying to get votes. Maybe that's the way the Democrat liberals go. I'm not trying to judge him, but it's wrong. There's no such thing as Catholics for abortion. You're not a Catholic. There's no such thing as Christianity for abortion in general. No. Okay? It's not choice. See, Christianity is not like, nowadays people want to make Christianity like, well, I want to be a Christian, but it's like a buffet or a Burger King. I have it my way. I want to accept what I want. And if I like this, I'll accept that. No. And see, that's what some people that are trying to be Christian have a problem with. And they have every right to be a problem with. You can't say people think, all I have to do nowadays, you have all these newfangled things that come out, the prosperity gospel, which I've talked about that before, which is essentially what the devil did, 40 days tempting Christ. That's what that is. If you do this and this, I will give you all this materialism. Prosperity gospel says if you're a good person, you get more materialism. The more you prosper in life must mean that Jesus loves you. And if you're poor and doing lousy, you can't get promoted in jobs, you must have done something wrong. Oh my God, that's so anti-Christian. I don't know what is. The prosperity gospel essentially is acting like the evil one who tried to tempt Christ in the desert. I can give you all these things, these materialism. That's what we want today. See, a lot of people look at these mega churches that have pastors have billions of all kinds of millions of dollars, and they see hypocrisy. There's a point there. They see people who claim to be Christian. I've seen them, and they support everything. You have abortion, this, that, and you have everything. Socialism that's totally against Christianity. Everything that is against Christianity, but I believe in Jesus Christ. Let me tell you something. I'm here to tell you. Now, I know some of you that some Christians are not going to like what I'm about to say, but I'm telling you this. Being a Christian does not say, I just believe in Jesus Christ. That's the start. You have to go out and live the gospel. Not just say, I'm fine, I believe in you. And then you accept all this nonsense, which a lot of people do, of all faiths. Because then you're a hypocrite. You can't say, I believe in Jesus Christ and believe in gay marriage. There's no way you can do that. I believe in abortion. It's a good... No. Okay, how? Where are you getting this from the Bible? You're not. You're going with today's times. You're trying to be a newfangled Christianity. You say, well, it's Christian, but we want to make sure we include everybody. It's not a question of including people. It's not a question of turning people away. It's a question of sticking to values despite the changes in culture. That's what makes Christianity great. If you don't do that, you're not a Christian. You're just a person who wants to believe in what you want to believe, and then you want to say you believe in Jesus because it feels nice to do that. There's a nice part without the work. We're not here to be bystanders. That's another thing. A lot of people think, oh, I'm not going to worry about it. Let people do what they want to do. God will take care of it. That's not what we're here. Yes, that's right in the scheme of things, but we are here to attempt to evangelize and to be examples to people. Did Jesus sit there and say, don't do anything, just sit in your house and do nothing? No, he went out and he challenged people. Some people liked him. A lot of them didn't. And guess what happened to him? Okay, because those people were offended and bothered by what he said. He didn't force anybody. Can't force people. But he put it out there and he spread the word, and he did not at all change just for somebody to they felt bad. He didn't compromise. That's what we're trying to do today. He did not compromise. We can't do that if we claim to be a Christian. We can't say, I believe in Jesus. I don't care what else happens as long as I leave people alone. And I'm a nice guy or a nice girl and I don't bother anybody. It's all I got to do. The rest will be taken care of. That's not what the message of Jesus was. The message to his apostles. Go out, evangelize the world. You don't do that by sitting here and doing nothing and then saying you're one thing, but then supporting everything that's against it just because you want to go with the flow and you want to be loved by people or liked by everybody. That's about as anti-Christian as you can possibly get. It's better to say you're not one and believe in abortion. At least you're consistent. I'm nothing. I don't believe anything. Than saying, oh, I'm Christian, and turn around and say, but I believe in all these things that are anti-Christian. That's not Christianity. That's just lip service. That's lip service. And I see that throughout every different pockets of every denomination, no matter what you are. There's none that's exempt. So this is not a dig on anybody. Okay? My own church going through it now, and many others. So that's my talk for the day. When you say you're Christian, I'm not saying because you're a Christian you're going to be the most perfect, angelic person walking around with his hands clasped. It's not what I'm talking about. You can laugh, joke, be a clown. You're going to make your mistakes and all type of things and have your issues and your weaknesses and all that stuff and still be. Everybody has that. Okay? Nobody walks around with a halo. Nobody does. But when it comes to what you stand for, okay? You need to be consistent with that. Because if you're not, others are going to look at you and say, this is Christianity? This guy's a Christian, but he supports this and that. Why would I be a Christian? What a bunch of hypocrites. What a bunch of... It doesn't mean it. And it doesn't. And you know what? If I was on the outside looking in, and somebody told me they believe in Jesus and believe in the Lord, and they support abortion, gay marriage, socialism, and all this nonsense, I'd be like, what? What? Where are you getting that from? So it's Rick here. Again, no judgment. This is not a judgment on anybody. If you're one of the ones who believes in those things and claims to be a Christian and you're upset because you heard what I had to say, well, go read the Bible, first of all, because you're not interpreting it correctly if you believe in those types of things. And if you're in a church that says it's okay to have an abortion, it's okay to have gay marriage in a church, you need to get out of that church. I'm telling you right now, for the sake of your betterment of your soul. And this, again, no judgment in anybody. That church is not biblical at all. Because there's no way they can justify those things and say they read the Bible. There's no way you can. Okay? They're using their own justifications. So it's Rick here on 19 October. I hope you all have a great weekend. It's coming up after tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful. It's like peak foliage around here in Illinois, up where we're going. And I love foliage. God's beauty. God bless. Have a great night.